Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at if you see these, call a doctor now. So we use our eyes every single day, and sight is likely the most useful sense we have. But there are some eye things you should never ignore, especially a phenomena called eye floaters. We're going to be looking at what these things are, where they come from, and what you can do about them. But first, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. If you look up at the sky right now, chances are you may see some floaters. Floaters are like transparent small blobs you sometimes see. You often don't see them when you're looking at things normally or reading. But when you look at one clear solid surface like a painted wall or the sky, you'll be able to see them more clearly. This is because your retinas have nothing specific to focus on. Don't get me wrong, not all of you will see floaters. In fact, if you're under the age of 14, you likely won't see these for a few more years. Generally, floaters in your eyes increase with age. But some young children can still get them. So where do these floaters come from? Well, as we age, a thick jelly-like substance fills the center of our eyes. This substance is called vitreous. It starts in dense blobs and is one of the reasons why our eyesight gets worse as we age. However, as vitreous is being made in your eyes, sometimes it can split up into small chunks. These can then float around your eyes, blocking some light coming into your eyes and acting as floaters. Many floaters don't actually bother people that much, so they don't look into them, but you should always look into them. However, there is one type of floater which is large and ring-shaped called the Weiss ring. This type of floater can really bother you, and this is because it hugs the entire back of your retinas. But the question most people ask when they see these is, are eye floaters dangerous? Well, the answer is sometimes, but not always. Many eye floaters are actually harmless, and your brain eventually gets used to them. Your eyes and brain simply adapt to the floaters, which is why you can't see them unless you look up at the sky or at a painted wall. But if you see any new eye floaters, then you need to go to an eye doctor. Ideally, you should see the eye doctor within 24 hours if you see flashes of light. You should also see the doctor if a floater is interfering with your vision. For example, if you think you have a Weiss ring floater. You're particularly at risk if you're older or if you're nearsighted. Also, if you have a family history of retinal tear or detachment, you're more at risk. And if you've had eye floaters before or had eye surgery of any kind, you're even more at risk. These can be big red flags, and they could cause damage if you don't get them checked out within 24 hours. But now you may be asking, what will a doctor do if you come to them with an eye floater? If they tell you to ignore it, this means it's not a big deal. As I said before, not all eye floaters are too bad, and a lot of the time your brain and eyes simply get used to them. But in some circumstances, you may be a candidate for treatment. In certain cases, eye floaters require surgery. Many people see these eye floaters and never imagine they would require surgery. But those people are mistaken, as sometimes eye floaters do really need surgery. In the surgery, the eye surgeon simply removes the gel from your eye. However, this can come with a few risks. You can develop cataracts, which are clouded lenses. And if you're really unlucky, you could even get retinal detachment. And that would then make you more prone to getting more eye floaters. Another treatment is laser eye surgery on eye floaters. This basically shrinks the eye floaters by heating them up. However, many top doctors say this is not currently recommended. So if your doctor does recommend this, then maybe get a second opinion. So that's how you deal with eye floaters, but eye floaters are not the only eye problems people have. Another problem some people have is a freckle appearing on their eye. You may think a freckle is totally natural and normal, but when one crops up in your eye, you should get it checked out. In some cases, these can develop into melanoma. If this happens on your eye, then vision symptoms may soon appear. You can develop blurred vision or in some cases, retinal detachment. So if you get a new mole or freckle on or near your eye, then see an eye doctor immediately. Another eye problem people have is a burning sensation in their eyes. Many people simply use eye drops or ignore this. But really, even if it happens every now and then, you should get it checked out. Most of the time you have a tiny inflammation inside your eye you can't see. Some doctors have described it as basically a pimple of the eyelid. Yeah, that's not exactly the nicest description, but at least you won't have to have surgery in most cases. A lot of the time doctors will tell you to use a hot compress on a burning eye. That's right, even if your eye's burning, you need to use a hot compress to get rid of it. Some people try and cool it down with cold water, but really this won't do anything. What you want is a hot compress on the eye left on for a few minutes. Just make sure it's not too hot, as that could obviously damage your skin. And finally, the last eye problem people have questions about is redness in the eyes. If your eyes are slightly bloodshot or are red, you may not be sleeping enough. Try getting a few hours extra sleep for a week, and if it still doesn't improve, then see a doctor. If your eyes are very red, it could mean your blood vessels have dilated. This could mean a chemical irritation has got to your eyes. But don't panic, you likely haven't been poisoned. A chemical irritation could be something as simple as onions or an allergic reaction to pollen or a cat. Another problem people have is dryness. When your eyes aren't producing enough tears to stay lubricated, they can get dry. But breaking up with your partner or listening to a Drake album isn't the best way to get your eyes lubricated. Instead, you should work out why your eyes are so dry. In some cases, you may have chronic dry eye. This is an autoimmune disorder which requires a doctor, but most of the time they'll simply give you some eye drops. So guys, I hope this video has taught you some new things about your eyes, and maybe even helped you out with a few eye problems. 80% of people in the world will suffer from eye problems at some point in their lives. But the good news is, most of these things are very easy and pain-free to treat. Leave a comment letting me know if you guys have ever seen any eye floaters. And if you guys have ever suffered from any eye problem whatsoever, then vote in the poll in the top right corner to let me know. Personally, when I look up at the sky, I can see a few small eye floaters, so maybe I should get them checked out. If you guys want more amazing videos, check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen right now. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.